Hi, I'm Marley and welcome to Our Protection Dogs. So today is the first video of our little series of Annabelle. So we got our little Cockapoo, our little pet dog. And what we're going to do today is just run you through the important things to teach your puppy, let's say in the first week. So this is the first little things that's the most important to us when we get a new puppy. This doesn't matter, it could be a working dog, it could also be a pet. Okay, so Charles is very in love with his little dog, so he is doing most of the training of little Annabelle.
Yeah, so I think everybody that has been watching knows me as Charles, and those for you that don't know me, I'm Charles. Hello. So we've done our homework regarding our little dog that we got. We preach homework on these dogs, but we were fortunate that our friend that breeds them has given us a lot of information regarding the breed, and I fell in love with one of the pups and we had to get Annabelle. It took me not a lot of convincing to do it because Marley also fell in love with her, but okay, so we got our puppy. The potty training with her, or the house training, has been really nice, and that I need to thank our friend Irina who breeds them, because she has started from a very early age to teach them not to defecate or wee in their area, and she's been using puppy pads and things like that and putting a command to that and praising them. So every time I take her out and I put her down on the grass, she immediately does her thing, and so it's been going really well. And that's one thing about choosing a very good breeder. They do these things beforehand. They already started off. One thing I must also mention, it's her name is Annabelle, as you know. If I do say Annabelle, the little head is immediately turning around, which was also have to thank to the breeder Irina, who also started teaching them names beforehand. So a lot of the hard work has been done by the breeder, and I think that is very, I have to praise her for the hard work she's put into these puppies, but that is choosing the right breeder for your dog. That's how you get your puppy. So I think that's really awesome. So what we've been doing since she came home, first of all, we got her into a routine, and her little routine is every 10 minutes, every 15 minutes, taking her out so she can go and do her thing. During the night, I wake up. Sometimes
not every 15 minutes.
Not every 15 minutes, but every now and then I will be woken up. As soon as she wakes up, if I don't wake up, obviously Marley wakes me up and I have to take her out. And she does her thing and comes back inside and she carries on sleeping. So during the night, it's not every 15 minutes. Obviously, the puppy is sleeping and she sleeps quite long times.
Very good. I mean, she goes out once during the night.
Yeah.
And then early in the morning when the other dogs wake up, we all wake up, then she goes out. So we've been lucky with that.
I go to the toilet then.
I think my mother-in-law went out more during the night than what she does.
And it was winter time.
Yeah.
So luckily it's summer, so it's much warmer. So that's been going really well. The other thing is that we started from day one was with her crate training. Okay, so the crate training, she was a little bit of a handful. She really wants to get out, but we are now a stage, like for instance now she's sleeping in her crate and she's not that loud in her crate anymore, and she accepts the crate way better than she did. She did start off with Irina as well, with the breeder, and obviously it was going well, but now being in a new house, new people,
being on her own,
she can test being on her own, and she really tests us as well. And for me, being a little bit soft as well when it comes to the dogs, obviously she turns me around the little finger. What I've also been doing now for every meal of hers, one of the meals I feed her in her crate, so that also makes it a nice place to be, and I will have her outside the crate, put the meal inside, and she'll go into the crate and I'll be giving a command to that. I'm using crate as a command, so she'll be going into the crate and feeding there, and after she's fed we just leave her a couple of minutes till she calms down or she's quiet. I will then take her out to go to the toilet. So when she wakes up, she goes outside for toilet. Those are times that she has to go. After she's eaten, she goes out. And then in the morning, which is very new to me, is the grooming. So every morning after she's eaten, I groom her, and then it's with 2 different brushes and clean the ears, clean the eyes, and all those kind of things, or below the eyes. And then she goes out to go and do her toilet things and come back in. I also give her a treat after she's eaten this thing, and this is strict rules from the breeder. That's how it is.
A treat after grooming, not after eating. What did you say?
No. What I do is so for instance, she has to go out to the toilet after grooming as well. Yeah. So I'll feed her, then I'll groom her. So I do 2 in 1. So after I fed her, I clean her mouth because she also eats raw food. So it sticks to the hair, so I clean that off so it doesn't get dry in her hair and maybe make knots or clots or anything like that, and it's difficult to brush out. So while it's still soft, the raw food is still soft because I mix it with her pellets, I then wipe her mouth and then she will go out. So this is her morning rituals. So everything has been going. Regarding her training, on the videos you'll see that we have started with her luring. So as you know, and if you watched our previous videos, we start with the luring, for they follow our hands, and she knows the food comes from our hands. So she will then get the food every time she follows. She gets food. I also do use the same time I use the recall, which is her name and come, Annabelle come, and then she'll come to me. And I've also started with the sit. So she's a very clever little dog. I find her very easy to train. She's very clever. She is very highly food driven, so she loves the food and does anything for it. And it's totally new for me to train a little thing like that. It's really new for me, but I find it very exciting and very fun. And she herself is quite a funny little animal.
Okay, so just to give a little summary. So the most important things for us for our new puppy was, first of all, was the toilet training. And so if you want any more specific information about toilet potty training, we made a video specifically about toilet training. Even though it is about Malinois and stuff, it's the same. Doesn't matter if it's a Cockapoo or Malinois, a pet dog, doesn't matter. So go have a look. Go have a look at that if you want some more intensive knowledge about the potty training specifically. Then I think the second most important thing for us was the luring, like Charles said, getting her to follow our hand and getting her to know how training works, that she has to do something to get something. So we start very basic with her, just be able to follow our hand, and then we'll start with the sit. So that's really basic, but that's important. And then the third most important thing for us is the recall. And in combination with the recall, I'll say it's her knowing her name as well. So when we call her by name, we would like her to come. So we'll spend a lot of time on that. We'll also have some food with us. At any time when she goes out and something and we call her and she comes to us, she gets a little treat, just to shape those little behaviors that when she hears her name and then we call her, we want her to come to us. And then the fourth important thing for the first week with our new puppy was the crate training, which was the most difficult of all of them with this specific dog. But it's now a week later and she is at the moment sleeping in a crate, not making a noise at all. So that is important. That is the most important things. And the first the first week that you get your puppy, and to get them into that routines of what their life will be like later, and the little things that you're going to need to progress. So let's say the foundation work.
Well, regarding the crate training, I also want to say that although the breeder did have spend time with her with the crate training, when she came home to us, it was a total different and a new environment. You must remember, a lot of people will come to us with the training and say, oh, my dog does it at home, I don't know why it's not doing it. Yes, the dog won't do it over here because it's new, it's totally new. Brothers and sisters aren't there, everything is new. They want to be with you, you're the only thing they know. You're nice, you're feeding it, so it wants to be with you, and now all of a sudden it has to sit in a crate. So you're going to have to retrain it, but it goes quick, but it is used to it. It's not like she's biting her crate or going insane in the crate and all sorts of things like that. It's that you're going to have to retrain it because it's a new environment, new people, and also a new test to see how she can manipulate or get out of things by crying and who's going to let her out. So she's giving little behaviors to see if she can get away with it. So if we don't reward those behaviors by opening the crate while she's crying, obviously that behavior will go away, but first it will get a little bit worse and then it'll go away. Operant conditioning. So that is something that you just have to stick through and let it happen.
The golden rule is don't open the crate when they're crying. Wait for them to fall asleep and then go and open it. Then the crate training will go smoothly. And you have to praise. Yeah, and you have to just be tough a bit, you know, just let them cry a little bit. Otherwise, if you let them out during that time, you're going to create more problems for yourself, and the dog is never going to be crate trained. The other thing, I think, what is a difference is with the breeder, they were crated together as all of them, and now she was alone. So that's also, it's an important thing, and it's also it's an important thing for all dogs, is to learn to be alone. They pack animals, they want to be with you. So crate training also teaches them a little bit of independence. Like, you can go out to the shops and leave them in the crate and they're safe. You can come back home and your dog is safe. So they need to be able to stay alone. So it's really, really a good exercise to teach your pup to prevent things like separation anxiety. So they need to be able to stay alone. They need to be able to deal with those feelings that they have, and need to be able to realize it's not the end of the world. They're going out, you're coming back. So it's really, really important. And especially for this breed, before the time when we did our research and our breeder told us they're prone to separation anxiety. So those are the kind of stuff you want to do. You want to teach them not to be so dependent on you the whole time. If you're going to have that little puppy with you the whole time, they never learn how to be by themselves.
Yeah. And another thing about separation anxiety is it's one of the most difficult, even impossible things to get rid of. It's like being scared of thunder. And a lot of times, and 90% times, I boil it down to the owner. We create that in the dog. So we reinforce that behavior by picking the dog up and feeling sorry for it when the thunder goes and it gets a fright or a shock. When we go away, I'm going to go away and I'll see you later. And then you create that excitement, and then all of a sudden you leave. And then when you come back, you create that excitement again, and that is how you then create a separation anxiety by reinforcing or doing those kind of things. Reinforce those behaviors. So be very, very careful of that. You don't want to sit with a dog with separation anxiety. It's horrible. It's horrible on the dog. It's horrible on the human.
The dog really stresses. So what I will do is when I get back home, because I know she's been in the crate, let's say an hour or 2 hours, and she really needs to go to the bathroom. So instead of coming there, opening her up and being happy to see her, we've got two puppies. We've got Annabelle, which is very small, and then we've got Lagatha, which is now 6 months. So the two crates are next to each other. So she's not really alone either. She's got a friend right next to her, and the two of them are good friends. So I'll come there, I'll be quiet, I open both of them, and they follow me. We walk to the door, they go out and they go and do their toilet stuff. So I don't even get that physical attention from me, like, oh, I'm home, I'm so happy to see you. It's come out, we go straight outside and you go and do your toilet stuff, and then we don't make such an issue of the fact that we were gone.
Then we're going to put some videos on some little snippets of what she does, and there's also a few funny ones where she's playing with it's been very exciting few weeks now with Annabelle. I'm loving it to pieces. It's funny that when Molly started this video, we said our pet dog. So it's like people say, but you got these other dogs, aren't they your pets? Yes, they are our pets, but they're also our working dogs, our protection dogs, our sports dogs. This is totally different. Yes, we are training her, but we also working with her differently. She's our cuddle dog and our kisses dog, and oh boy, it is very fun cuddling and kissing her.
We're trying to create a nice, stable, balanced little dog that has got the basics, and that's not, when it's older, is a problem.
Yeah.
So getting these little important foundation things right from the beginning just make for a good, healthy, well-behaved dog when they're older. And then remember, even though if you're new and you're not watching our protection dogs, they are in an imprinting phase, which means everything you teach them now sticks. So that's for bad and good. So the little behaviors you teach them now, if you let them onto the bed when they're crying, they're still going to do it when they're big. If they're crying in the crates and you let them out, they're still going to do it if they're big. If they wee in the house, they're still going to do it when they're big. So it's very, very important now that you create the right behaviors as you are shaping this little dog for adulthood.
Yeah, that is important. The right foundation to have a nice, stable, balanced, well-behaved dog.
Yeah, that's a pleasure to be with.
Yeah. So just an up-and-coming video I would like to let you guys know about is a chat I'm going to have with one of my favorite decoys in PSA regarding the safety of dogs and working dogs. So we're doing another working dog video that's coming up. I'm very excited to have a chat to Josh Kirby. The other thing is we've got our trials coming up, our PSA trials coming up, which is the 26th and 27th of November. So we are really hard at training our dogs and also our other dogs that we have to do, but we're spending a lot of time on our dogs to get them ready. It's quite an event with both Marley and myself are competing with our two dogs, Alpha and Sar, in the PSA level 3. Hopefully we'll be able to show you some snippets after that as well. So if you don't get a video quite regularly or anything like that, please forgive us. We are quite busy with preparing for our trials. We want to do well, and
that's it.
And then look out for another Annabelle video that's also coming out.
Probably, if I think about it now, we'll probably do how to teach your puppy to walk on a leash.
Yeah, we'll also do the puppy walking on a leash. Yes, that's 100%. And then if you haven't done so, please subscribe to our channel, like this video.
And the voices here is the dog in the crate.
It's a dog in a crate, but we've always apologized for that. So if you think it's the house breaking down, no, it's just another Malinois.
Okay, cheers guys.
Cheers.
Bye.